Hi, it's Giffen Lebates here, and the topic of today's video is why are things like Bitcoin called cryptocurrencies? And to answer that question, first let's divide the term cryptocurrency into two parts, crypto and currency. And looking at currency first, we have to have an understanding of what a currency is. And a currency is a specific instance of a form of money. So we talk about the dollar or the euro or the yen being specific currencies, and currencies being forms of money, where money is typically defined as something that is acting as a medium of exchange, a store of value, and a unit of account. Now, it's not worth me in this video going in depth into these definitions of what makes something money. Most people have a gut feeling about how it works anyway. Most people are also wrong when it comes to very subtle and specific points when it comes to do with money. But never mind. So if we're talking about a cryptocurrency, it's meant to be a currency. It's meant to be an instantiation of a form of money that provides these three services. And then we have the front part, which is crypto. And this is the bit that really annoys people who are cryptography researchers or professors of cryptography or things like that, which is that the cryptocurrency community refers to cryptocurrencies and tokens as crypto, whereas if you're actually working in the security industry, crypto is a shortened form of cryptography. And cryptography is the science of keeping information secret and or secure. And that's the use that is put to in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. Bitcoin is secured through a number of cryptographic concepts. One of them is the hash function. The hash function is used in two particular points. One is to create something called a hash linked list of blocks. That's a way of keeping the Bitcoin ledger secure and making it impossible to kind of pull out earlier entries of the ledger and rewrite them. So first use of cryptography in Bitcoin is hash functions to create these hash linked lists that make sure that the Bitcoin ledger is written in indelible ink instead of in pencil so that earlier records can be rubbed out. Second use of cryptographic hash functions in Bitcoin is in the proof of work mining protocol that is used to secure the network. Again, one of the features of cryptographic hash functions is that they act as random number generators, and Satoshi Nakamoto used that property to allow Bitcoin to have a kind of a lottery where each miner participating has a small but real probability of creating the next block. And then another aspect of cryptography that is used in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin is the use of asymmetric key cryptography, that is digital signing. And there it's used to authorize transactions. So it's used to make sure that when you're transferring Bitcoin, you have the right to do it and other people don't. And that's what provides us with a concept of ownership in cryptocurrency. And the digital signing also allows cryptography to provide a form of digital identity. I create a private key for my signing. That public key that is derived from the private key becomes my identity on the blockchain. So there you have it. Cryptocurrency is a word made up of two parts, crypto and currency. The currency part is because they're meant to act as a form of money. How much they manage to do that is up for debate, but you can't argue with the fact that Bitcoin can be used in a exchange mechanism. I can exchange Bitcoin for goods because Bitcoin has a dollar or euro value. It can be used as a store of value. Some people will say it's terribly volatile, but to be honest, if you'd stored your value in Bitcoin 10 years ago, you'd have a lot more of it than if you'd stored your value in euros or dollars. And then finally, unit of accounting. Well, we're not quite there with that yet. It's still being worked on, but there are plenty of accountants out there now who've got the Bitcoin bug and are thinking, hey, this might work as a global standard unit of account. We'll have to see how they progress with that. And then, of course, the front part, crypto, which comes from cryptography, which is using cryptographic concepts to instantiate the cryptocurrency in the first place. So that's today's video on what is a cryptocurrency and why is it called that. I hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.